Hello, my name is Zoe. I'm an artist and I like to research things for fun, especially art history things. Thank you for deciding to check out this video. This is my first time making a longer format video that's in this essay style. I'll be showing a speed paint of my process and trying to replicate the look of cave paintings with a fantastical and whimsical twist through a digital art program, which is Procreate for the iPad. Before I share the speed paint though, I want to define what exactly cave paintings are. Most cave paintings we have found so far are from the Upper Paleolithic era and through the Mesolithic period, which is somewhere between 14,000 to 40,000 years ago. But thanks to evolving technology, we have new ways to date this art, and there's evidence that shows that some art could be older than 50,000 years old. According to a study published on Nature.com, narrative cave art in Indonesia by 51,200 years ago, written by multiple authors, we have new ways of carbon dating the calcite that preserves the paintings in caves. This allows us to get a better idea of how old these paintings really are, showing that narrative stories through visual media is even older than we originally thought. These two pieces are what the researchers dated. Another article from Nautilus, written by Zach Zorich, Early Humans Made Animated Art, and from the Smithsonian Magazine by Brian Handwerk, Ice Age artists may have used firelight to animate carvings, suggests that early humans had figured out how to bring their art to life through fire. The light of their campfires, dancing off of the surface of stones, and specific ways of creating the images allowed for animated artwork. Oh, to be a caveman, chilling with the homies around the campfire while you watch Deer Moves Head 2. Amazing. Humans have always had a desire to create art, and through that art, have a community. An article written by Jenny Cohen on History.com, Prehistoric Children Finger Painted on Cave Walls, shares that these random lines and shapes within the cave of 100 mammoths were in fact created by the children of this prehistoric community. Some of these markings are in places where the children would only be able to reach if an adult lifted them up, showing that creativity and expression was encouraged in their community. I find this extremely touching and amazing how we're able to glance back at how this group lived and see parts of our modern selves in this art. That curiosity and wonder and creativity has always been a part of our souls and what makes us human. With that note, I will share my own creation of cave art. Something I have been pondering recently is how the art of Dungeons and Dragons and other fantasy media is often trapped within a medieval format. Before I even got started, I wanted to do some studies in my sketchbook of cave art with charcoal pastels so I could have an idea of how I would want my work to feel digitally. Dragons destroying villages, princesses finding unicorns in the woods, typical format for the artwork that we see in this medieval style in our fantasy mythologies, usually summing up to, well, one of 40 gods created these guys, and we're just going to skip to the part where there's kingdoms and whatnot. That's why I really wanted to explore the idea of making fantasy cave art. I mean, if ancient humans in our world were painting what they saw, why wouldn't prehistoric fantasy humans do the same? I really wanted to capture a similar feeling of the organic materials that are used in real cave paintings, which would likely be charcoal, clay, and other naturally occurring pigments in nature. So the background, I used some materials from the default brush library to create a rocky textured look. Then I edited a brush called Artist Crayon to have a less rounded perfect shape to a brush shape that was more square and irregular to capture that organic charcoal look I wanted to get. I really enjoyed the way that some cave paintings depicted deer antlers and cow horns. I tried to incorporate that into the design I went with. I also studied common ways that bird wings were interpreted in the art. To get the specific wing style I went with for this, as well as ways that cave paintings would often portray the talons and legs of the birds too. I also included trees and the sun as a way to portray the scale of the dragon, make it seem really quite large. Overall, this piece took me around 35 minutes to create, which was a really fun exercise for me. I especially enjoyed getting to explore the shading style of cave art. That's kind of it. Again, thank you for checking out my video, and I hope you enjoyed it. All the links to the sources I mentioned will be in the caption of the video. Bye!